Foolish, got me so.
It has gotten kind of crazy. So I'm going to show y'all one last thing, and then, oh man, I'm going to clean up. I grabbed a spork instead of a fork. Dang it. But anyway, and y'all can comment down below if y'all think I should have probably did this part on a separate video. But anyway, in another video I had did an aloe plant that has what they're calling a medium, and that's what it looks like, which is basically the dirt and nutrients compacted for you to open it and do your thing. So this is what I'm getting ready to start. The tomato grow kit. And you guys, this part was super cool. I didn't realize what it was at first until I started reading the instructions. But check that out. The tomato seeds are in this thin sheet of paper. And the first thing we need to do, I read the instructions off camera. I actually read the instructions. It said includes a pot, the seeds, and a growing medium and instructions. So what they want us to do is wet this with 3/4 cup of water. Here's my 3/4 cup measured out. And what I learned from the last time I did this is, one, this takes a little bit of time. Two, it could be messy. And it will not. This pot actually has a hole in it already. See that? So the water is pouring straight through it. When I'm working on things, I will use anything to, my advantage. And right now, I'm using the lids to these atriums, if you want to call them that. And I don't believe in wasting. So I'm going to pull that back in there. And then this one, instead of using a spoon, it's actually saying take a fork and, break it up, which I think would have been the smarter choice the last time I did this as well, but I didn't know that. It was my first time. So this is already starting to look really good, actually. So it soaks up the water. I don't know if you guys can see that too good. I don't want to spill the water. It soaks up the water, and it turns into the dirt with the nutrients to plant the plant. And it kind of swells. I don't know if you guys ever seen those little kid things. I can't think of, like, the Miracle-Gro plants or the little kids things where you pour water on them or soak them in water and then they mysteriously grow before your eyes. That's kind of what's happening here. And again, like I said, this one suggested a fork, which is working so much better, because if you guys watch my aloe video, hopefully y'all go back and check that out. My aloe video, I broke it up with my hands because it was my first time. It was my first time and I didn't know any better. But using a fork and pacing out the water is definitely the better method. And I don't know. I'm saying I'm putting this on my plant video, but I might actually tell the hubby to do this separately. How to start your tomato grow kit. It smells amazing, you guys. I'm like, something smells really good. This smells awesome. Whatever them nutrients in here smells great. They might have used like a vegetable compost or something, to be honest, because this smells awesome. It doesn't smell like tomatoes either. It smells really good though. So now that it's fluffy, it's doing really well. We got this one more little piece. I actually got to add some more water because it said a 3/4 cup. I'm using a milliliter cup, you guys. I pre-measured and looked this up before to get the measurements. I didn't want to use my flower pot because I will over pour. This one has a sprout, so I don't feel like it gives you enough control as you might need. Okay, so now that all of this is mixed up and fluffy, Let me very show you guys. Actually, it looked like it might need a little bit more water. But that's what we have. Yep. And we're going to pour a little off the top because we need to follow instructions. So I'm going to fluff this up a little bit more. Yep, it is still growing, you guys. But it simply smells awesome. I really hope that I get some tomatoes out of this and it's really sweet because it smells amazing. So that's what I'm doing. And then I showed you guys that the tomato seeds is actually in a piece of paper. So what it says to do is lay this on the top and get a bottle of spray water. So I just want to make sure it's going to spray and not squirt it. And you want to wet the tomato seeds. One thing I did forget that it said to do is it wants you to put some saran. Ooh, don't do extra stuff, you guys. It wants you to put some saran wrap over this. It says until the seeds germinate. So that's that. It's wet. It's where it needs to be. Now I'm going to put the rest of this on top of it. And again, all of this is a little moist, but I'm going to put some more water on it to make it damp. Because if you ever read any planting instructions, after you put the soil down, put your seeds in, you kind of pat it, and then you water the whole thing to help everything like compress together, I guess. So I'm not going to put a lot. This was cool. I'm going to put a little here. That's why I was saying I like this because it's better, got better control over pouring it. If you guys see, it's all nice and damp. And this actually requires, I have to go get a piece of saran wrap. This actually requires saran wrap over top of it. And I'm going to put it there because, again, if you know anything about planting, most of the time they require you to have pots with holes in the bottom so that the water, extra water can release and the plants only drink what they need. So as y'all see, I have a grand mess. But in these pots here are my cherry seeds as well as here. And over there, which you guys cannot see, is my apple seeds. All planted. I have to organize this, clean up my mess here a bit, get a piece of saran wrap for that. I have a couple of more apple seeds that I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in here. And I actually, when I meant to make downstairs to grab something, found my little planting tray. So I actually have a planting tray. I guess I threw the plastic away because y'all know these little plastic tops don't do much for long. So I must have threw it away. But that's fine. I might actually Google if I should lay a piece of saran wrap lightly over top of it since I don't have that. And you guys might say, okay, Crystal, you got a lot going on. How are you going to know what's what? Well, I was a little funny with the cherries. I stuck a couple of stems in those, the little ones here. But I also bought these plant labels. So I have 10 of these. And I'm probably, yeah, that's good enough. You know, and I'll stick one. Well, I won't need to stick it in here. I know the cherries because I have a stem in it. Here, all the round ones are actually cherries besides the tomato. And all the square ones are actually, which are going to be like this, are going to be apple. So you guys, and y'all see I got my beautiful light still on my aloe plant. I'm going to set that for a couple of hours every day. All my plants are going to be in this area. And we're going to see what happens in 2 months. Because that's about the time for all of them to start, as they say, germinating and growing. I did germinate the cherries, though, in the refrigerator just without the pea moss. So prayerfully, I'll get some success. Even if they don't get full-blown cherries, they should give me a plant a flower plant. That's a good thing about the cherries. I don't think I've seen that about the apples, but the cherries for sure. So at some point, I think I am going to venture back into making my own, what do they call compost, right? So basically, compost is you take your natural things like your apple peelings, your orange peeling, coffee, tea grinds, all of those things that's biodegradable, and instead of throwing them in the trash, you would mix them in some natural dirt and make a real rich soil for your plants. And after, I spent like $5, I believe, for this bag. And as y'all see where I'm at, and by the time I top all of these plants off and plant this one more, that's probably going to be gone. So I think I am going to do a whole video on how to start your compost. My husband's going to hate it because I have to keep the stuff in the refrigerator until I mix it. So that might be the next video. So thank you guys for joining me on what did I call it again? I'm gonna have to look back at this video myself. Crystal's gardening session or something like that. And I'm gonna keep you guys posted, and hopefully as soon as we see something, I'll do a little video to show y'all what we got. If y'all have any gardening tips for me, please drop it in the comment down below. Let me know where you get your supplies from. I did get this from Home Depot, but pretty much everything else was from the Dollar Tree or I already had. Honestly, I don't know where I got these from. I had those stored away somewhere. But those biodegradables came from the Dollar Tree. These atriums came from the Dollar Tree. The tomato plant came from the Dollar Tree. And you guys, I wish we had a scratch and sniff video. This smells, these tomatoes smells amazing. But anyway, I gotta let you guys go. Thank you so much as always for spending time with me, because you guys on this channel, this is the Thomas channel, we do not always post as consecutively as we do on our Real Nesta's channel. So in order for you to see our videos, you gotta hit the bell. And again, don't forget to give my video some thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that little bell. So thank you. See you all on the next video. Peace.